Hello everybody, Forrest Montes here. Today with probably the last new knife in this year, so 2024, and that is this one, Böker Pilot Survival Knife. See the Böker there? So it's made of D2 steel, which was somewhere here. I said maybe D2, but we will go to the details a little bit later. What I want to say, this is not my very first kind of survival pilot knife in my collection. I used to have, and I sold it years ago. It was Ontario Spets Plus Pilot Survival Knife. I wasn't happy with that. It was made of some kind of high carbon steel. In that time, I wasn't able to put good edge on it, so I simply sold it, same as a K-bar. It was definitely the Spets Plus was the first knife, somehow US made, definitely. Then the K-bar, sold them too. Then I stick with the SOG, what you might see in my videos somewhere, the original Trident. So anyway, back to this one. So this Böker Pilot knife, I like the design anyway. You definitely see two kind of knives which are close to this one, and one of them is Tops Bootlegger number 2. You're gonna see them side by side, all these three, but just you might see this one just from that perspective. Try to put this one. Now you're gonna see maybe the length difference, and this is the thicker, 1/4 inch. This is 5 millimeters, so 0.2 about. And the second one is bigger and heavier, my Tops Helion Elite, which is different in blade shape, but there is something, some kind of taste of that knife similar. So different tip, somehow different blade shape, but in general similar purpose for me. So survival knife. There is the length of course this plus to the tops. Just you're gonna see them side by side in the short video, which will be somewhere here in the middle of this video. Anyway, so this survival knife, that was a surprise for me. This is version 2.0. That's very important. They have actually, it is not on a Böker web page now. The original version 0.10 actually, so original version, which is this one. And what's different there are only the hollow rivets. Otherwise, as I've been looking for, I try to find the information about that. There should be nothing else different. And because the price drops, that was good. That's why I bought it for some kind of Christmas sale. So it was very cheap. Okay, it wasn't really cheap, but it was kind of cheap for that such a big knife with all these features and these things. So anyway, I was thinking really to buy the original version, because I didn't know that the number 2.0 exists. There is actually just one online shop, a knife shop where I can buy it, so I bought it there. Otherwise, I can buy the original, the version 1 with those hollow rivets. But you can find some videos not only about this particular knife or model actually, but other which Böker makes, and those are kind of the trackers, small one, medium, big one. All of them got these hollow rivets. All of them got the problem when you baton and do these things. The handle case loses. So they decided to change that, and they've added this one. And then even there will be the hollow rivets. I was thinking, if I buy that, and so I will put there some copper or another soft metal rods, and I will make inside rivet to simply make a rivet there and make it how say that, I couldn't, so I will be not able to take off those scales, so it will be like permanent, but I'm alright with that in general. But this version came out, so I said, okay, I go for that. It was a bit more expensive, I don't know, let's say $10-12 more for this version 2.0. As I said, there should be nothing else new, different than on the version 1. The version 1, as I said, is not now available on the Böker page. At least I haven't found it there. So this is the one. And there was, I don't know where was the idea, but what I found is this one. There is a knifeillustrated.com. You can find this rescued Venture Pilot knife. There is just a picture on it. And I guess this is the original. This one, price, by the way, of this one was what I paid for that, about $100, like that, something like that, about $100, maybe $95, maybe $105, something like that, about, let's say, 100. So this Wenger, I didn't know that this company even exists. I know it only from some Swiss army knife makes. There was the Victorinox and Wenger. This is probably different Wenger, and they made these. So there is the sawback too, but this is the different sawback. This is like on the silky saws. So this is a different knife. But in general, when you see those knives, there are more pictures. There are clearly this design, very clearly. And there is, by the way, so there is the Böker logo on it, and there is W. So I guess this is the Wenger logo. So the design is probably this one. Why I've said that, on that Wenger page, what I've been looking for. So I found two models. One was made of CPM3V, and the second ATCR2 MOV or something like that. This kind of high carbon steel, but was important for $375 US. $375. This one for 100, made of D2. Very, very different price. I like the design. To be honest, I like the design. It reminds me, I like this knife, the bootlegger. And I said, okay, I'd be happy if Tops will make some of his slightly bigger models, let's say at least broader or wider, because that knife will be more sturdy for, let's say, batoning. This one should be survival, and this is backup knife anyway, but something like that. And then this one, I saw this, I said, okay, and D2 steel, it's partially rust resistant, which helps, which I like, because this is 5160, so it catches rust. This is 1095, catches rust. This one, even this one have a coating on it, so this one has the coating on it. So anyway, it's protected, but D2 doesn't catch the rust as fast as high carbon steels. Anyway, so I'm glad for that. So when I saw this one, I said I'd like to buy it. Why? Next year, most probably all these knives will be more expensive. So I say, okay, I go for that. So I bought it. Now you're gonna see a short video where was the box, and you see overall package the knife came in. So let's check it out. This is the box, the Böker Pilot Survival Knife 2.0 came in. I've already opened that. There were these just two like seals. So when this is the package, there is knife itself, some seine, I would say, the Kydex sheath, and there is the clip. Pretty nice package for the money, for the price, I would say. So let's go back. It was pretty nice box for that, for the money, definitely. It looks kind of luxury, how you say that? Anyway, very, very nice package, everything. It came with covered tip, with some kind of plastic. So I really like it that. So I did a video side by side with these two knives. So you're gonna see the video now. And here we have some size comparison. Similar knives I've got in my collection. On the top is the Tops Helion Elite, my most favorite knives for survival, or whatever I said. You might see it in many videos. In the middle, of course, is that Böker Pilot Survival Knife 2.0, and here on the bottom we've got this bootlegger, Tops bootlegger number 2 with the saw, 6mm in thickness, 5mm in thickness, 6mm in thickness. Oh, this is actually 6.5, so about quarter of an inch. So this is the thickest one. Let's try. You might see compared the size. We might see here the bootlegger got, as I said, 6.5mm in thickness, and that Pilot Survival 5. So it's possible to see, especially after very end of this one on this spot. See that? This one, it tapers down a little bit. So, and this, we'll try to add this one there. This is 6mm. Okay. So you might see this is really thicker on the spine. So the Pilot Survival knife should be some kind of in the middle, because I like this design with the saw back and let's say kind of middle tip, not like the tracker on the side. So this is kind of what I want sometimes, what I need. So this is the shortest and lightest, not the cheapest. That's very important. This one is the cheapest out of here, and this is not about just, let's say, few coins, but really significantly cheaper. This I can buy today almost 2 of these for one this, and of course I can't buy today this one, only that kind of aftermarket somewhere from someone's collection, but I can buy the new one, as I know. So this is, I can buy 1.8 of these for one this one. This is very expensive now, so that's why I try to find this one. The longest and heaviest here, the same, so in the middle, so a bit shorter, a bit lighter, but still on the second position, and this is the shortest and lightest, of course. So we're gonna see about when we do the test. For me, these could be a really nice, like, kind of survival combo. Or in my system, I can take, okay, if I need something light because I got something heavy, like, let's say, cold steel Gurkha cookery, like a chopper, or I'm going for something light as a main, let's say machete with thin blade, worse for batoning, then I can go for this one. Let's say I want to have something more tough and sturdy, or I can have a smaller knife actually and take something longer and heavier than this one. Okay, let's start with details. I will not waste your time. I prepared these papers. Here it is. And you got all the details here, so you can stop the video. You can see all details here. What's important, I don't know what happened with Germans, but they usually were so precise, but not here. So fixed blade, yes. Böker Plus, yes. Overall length 26 centimeters, which is about 10.2 inches. But it's not actually true. This is detail, but I got a ruler here, and if I try to, where is the red line? It should be 0. So, and we can clearly see it is not 26. It's about 25.7. Sorry, something like that. So I measured it on my table, so I checked it twice. So it's about 25.7. I know it's detail, but why didn't put it there in this? That's not only this. That's the point. The worst is they said the blade length is 14 centimeters, which is about 5.3 inches, about something like that. The point is, it's not true. It's not true. Where from the very tip where the grind ends, exactly on this line, it is 13 centimeters. So the rest here between between the scales, this is definitely not 1 centimeter. And actually, if that will be 14 centimeters, it will be somewhere up here where my nail is. That is about 14 centimeters. So I don't know where they get those informations. By the way, I'll try to show you here that I'm not telling you some bullshits. Is that important for you? From whatever reason, I don't know, is line up. So you see that 13, what I said, is on the line, and 14 is on the handle. Hey German, what happened to you? So that's the blade thickness, 5 millimeters. It is 0.2 of an inch. The weight, again, something else. This should be, they said, 284 grams. Somewhere here, 284 grams. But actually, this knife weighs 303 grams, which is 10.7 ounces. So it's much heavier, much heavier. I mean, okay, much heavier. But definitely 284 is not that close like 303. You know, I can understand, you know, some kind of, let's say, 5 grams there, from 5 grams there, okay, but this is 0.8 of an ounce difference. That's something, you know. And the knife is really heavy when you get it in your hand. So it weighs 303 grams, which is quite heavy. This one, I said, okay, when I buy this one, 284, okay, that's much shorter. So it will be, yes, somehow about almost 100 grams lighter than this one. This is 373 grams, but it's actually not. It's 70 grams lighter. So it's significantly shorter and not as wide. This is 6 millimeter thick. So another misleading information. So blade material D2, handle scales. By the way, there is nice kind of grooving or texture, sorry. See how this one looks. The craftsmanship is all right, definitely for the price. Somewhere interesting is the coating on the saw. This is, as you might see, it's not sharpened. See, the tip is really thick. This chunk of steel, guys. Now you're gonna see it properly. So it's nicely made. To be honest, I couldn't find something, you know, if I tried to find something, you know, uneven. No, it's all right. It's definitely all right. Something interesting was knife type is fixed, of course, but it's made in Asia. Excellent. So probably China, but they haven't said that. Asia. Color black, yes, black coating. Blade color, yes, of course. Item number, okay. Kydex sheath to it. This is the thin. This is 1.5 millimeter Kydex. I show you some different Kydex sheath from that Osprey tactile. So see, check the thickness. So this is the cheaper Kydex. This is thick Kydex for 4 inches blade. This is about 14 centimeters. I said is about 5.3 about inches blade. But anyway, it's all right. What's different there was this kind of mounting system, which should be attached somewhere here and works in that spring. And for me, this is definitely not comparable, or useful for such a heavy knife. This is definitely not something I want, so I will definitely add some T-clip. Probably T-clip is the best for me. I haven't checked that the holes, but I guess this is gonna be all right. I got on the tactile. I'll check it. Yeah. So if you see that, if you see those holes, they look they match the holes on that aftermarket kind of tech lock. So it seems to be all right for it. So that will be easy. I got one spare there anyway. So I tried how this one sits there. Pretty nice. Pretty nice. It's kind of soft. What I've said. The sawback does a couple of times when I pull the knife off. Of course, the sawback starts to work. So I had a few Kydex things around me. After I will make the sawback the path for itself. But it's all right. It sits there and absolutely fine. There is a small drainage hole. What's kind of different is this. See this angle, which I haven't seen probably in my entire life. To improve, let's say we got this one nicely. I don't know why. I don't care. It's all right, but interesting. Why they try to put to like more pronounced this curvature here, because on the knife it is mostly straight. It's almost straight. Yeah, there is some angle here, but it's almost straight. And as you might see, it's not sharpened. That's what I said. So the sawback is exactly done like that. The tops. So see the tops. So this is one side is corner on that way, and the other side here, and the same it's here. How do you see that? As you might see, it's more shallow on the survival palm knife, on not like this one, so it doesn't make that spine or knife actually so fragile when batoning, which could be alright. We'll see, because definitely I will do the test for this one, absolutely, because it should be one of my kind of come with me knife. If I need something shorter and still sturdy, I'll go back to it a little bit later. So we got this fuller here. What's interesting, the point of balance is somewhere here. As I said, the knife is really, you feel it heavy in hand. So, and just to, you're gonna see it's here. So somewhere here is the point of balance, which is, you know, I like to have it here, to be honest. I don't know why they did it this way. By the way, the gripping seems to be all right. Reverse seems to be all right, so I like it, definitely. These fullers probably for getting off a bit weight. What's nice is this is 5mm, but the 5mm is this, let's say this place, this part is those 5mm thickness, but this I'm sorry, the battery goes off, so I have to say it again. So the grinding, so this is 5mm, as I said, and this is 4.7, this rib here, which means they grounded it as a wedge, which is great because it helps to the sawback sink a little bit more deep, especially where this fuller is. So it have to pass. Sorry, it has to pass this, I don't know how many, 3-4mm. Then is the fuller, which helps, then there will be no friction here more, and this is even thinner. So potentially the sawback could work nicely, better than, let's say, on this one, because this is flat. We'll see. We're gonna test it, definitely. Okay, that's another thing. Kind of minus or downside is the secondary bevel, so the silver line here, is 1mm high. This is an X actually, guys. So this is really something. I got this tactile Osprey 4mm, so this is just 1mm thinner. But thanks to the grinding, this is 0.6 behind the edge, so they are relatively close in thickness in general. But this is going to be much more slicey because the grind and 0.6 of millimeter. So this is kind of maybe because they said it is a D2 steel, so this is not the toughest steel definitely on the world. So I don't know hardness, by the way. I haven't found any information. I haven't found any information about hardness. So what's plus is, and I'd like, by the way, if you like to check my videos about choils. This is the type of knife I don't need it to finger choil on it. Why? Because the real edge, the cutting edge, ends really close to my index, let's say the first finger. So when I start to use the knife, when I start to operate somewhere here, this is really close. So if someone will do the knife in this up to that close, I don't need a choil there. Only if the blade will be heavy, so it helps in that way. But if there will be a long guard, something, a long ricasso, and then will be the edge. So then I will be happy for a finger choil here, not on this model. So this is something I like. So what I don't like is the point of balance. As I said, is for me it's too backwards. I don't know if it should make the knife more nimble. 303 grams is not definitely a fighting knife with this relatively short blade, relatively for a combat knife, let's say. So definitely that. I guess there is no any skeletonization on that handle scale. By the way, I could check it. I won't do it today, but anyway, I've read that warranty from Böker, and they said what you shouldn't do. The knife is not a wedge, it is not an axe, it is not a pry bar, and these things. Then my question is, this is pilot survival knife, and they said, okay, the knife should be slicing tool, which of course generally, but why is 5mm thick, and why is survival tool, why survival knife, if you want just cut something, so take some kitchen knife and you can cut for $5, or if you want to buy something better, $20, and you got a super and light, much better slicing tool than this one, and you are alright with that. And then you won't do probably any batoning with 2mm thin blade. I said thin blade because it's thin, not on this one. So I guess that Böker don't want to stay behind their products. That's for me absolutely, you know. So otherwise, why? Always, sorry about that, but always the question is, if company won't cover their batoning, let's say, so why they make, like, let's say tops. I know to say the tops don't do cover for this one. I mean in general now, why should be, for example, tops make a knife, 5, 6 and even more thicker, if that should be only slicing tool. But tops is alright. SE, as I heard, great. There's so many companies, but some of them no. So like Böker says by that, to me, I understand it that we don't stay on our product. We want this knife to be only slicer. Then this is wrong design to be only slicer. Okay, let's back to that. So downside, too high secondary bevel. The sponge seems to be 90 degrees here, so probably alright for scraping, which is alright. And anyway, there is the sawback, which is super. That's what I like. Everything on that, what I've said, seems to be alright. For the price, everything what I've got here so far, then should be alright. What is, I will do some kind of short test here. What is it good for? So let's say I've got this Victorinox Work Champ. By the way, I was wrong and I said this is the thickest part or biggest model. When I did this one, it is not the biggest model. Why? Because there is another, even kind of super, there is a TV set on it probably, or something like that. So anyway, this one and this one, you got a slicer and multi-tool, everything like that, or just a slicer. For example, this Spyderco Manix XL and the this pilot survival knife, or more like, let's say this one, tactile tactile company Osprey, with this one as the slicer for light work, because this is 100 grams, so this is lighter than this one, you know, for example. So some of examples what for, because what this knife is definitely not good for fine slicing, food prep definitely. This is really something, okay, I can go through generally everything, but I don't want to do it if it's not necessary. Anyway, let's do, oh, how sharp it came. Pretty nicely, to be honest. For that, as I said, 1mm high secondary bevel, absolutely nice. Just here in the room, yeah, I see the kind of weird angle I have to put there. And as I said, we definitely will do some test, definitely that kind of survival, but absolutely nice. The knife is really sharp, by the way. I haven't checked that. If that shaves, yeah, it shaves. It shaves, guys. So even with that high secondary bevel, so I guess you're gonna see the hair there, it shaves, guys. So it's pretty nice, sharp. D2 should be all right. What I will be worried about this one is, I'll say that, when batoning something through, it will be break, probably not 5mm thick, if that will be not something, but if there will be not, I will be worried about chipping. But thanks to the really strong angle, probably it will be not that case. So I got here kind of cordage, survival knife. So yeah, I won't waste your time. Let's do it like these fourth, because this is something really now. Easy. That was easy. Like a seat belt, something like that. Easy. Easy peasy. Double. Easy. That was nice. That was nice, guys. This one, I got a cardboard here, just to see. You feel the resistance, but anyway, I came across that. If I will follow those fibers, easy, nice and easy, guys. What about the penetration? Yeah, pulling back. Yeah, that were those teeth. Okay, this one, and I had some plastic here, something just. Nice. I'll try more. I'll try to. That one was, yeah, like light. I would say I didn't press there that much, but I will do it in more control. It's absolutely fine. Just that's my secondary convex on it. So that's my secondary convex on it. Even longer, and there is the angle. So everything was this one fine. By the way, tactile Osprey. That was something very, very different. So I hope I've said everything about this knife. So you're gonna see the sheath overall. By the way, overall weight, so all the package is 342 grams, like this one, without the mounting, because it's not there. 342 grams, but the T-clip is heavier, so I guess about 350 grams, like all this package. By the way, this one is almost 500 grams. So this is 150 grams heavier, which is which is definitely something over this one. So like I will carry this knife extra plus something plus part of the sheath. So that's the difference. So when the overall package, this is really light, so that's why they use the weight reducing, but knife itself is definitely not as light as I might expect for such a relatively compact knife. Not only is short, okay, 13-14 centimeters blade, but for the width, it's not that let's say big. It doesn't work like that. That's what I said. I'll show you the different. Last thing, sorry about that. The description, this is from the page of that Böker, what they said about this knife. The impressive pilot knife from US knife maker Dave Wenger, so it's there, so I forget that, nice, is a fully grown outdoor and survival knife with a tactical orientation. The massive D2 blade has an extremely high edge retention, I guess they mean the angle there, second bevel, is robust and also has an abrasion-resistant powder coating. The military character of that fixed blade is underlined by the hollow groove on both sides. Oh, they mean the fullers probably. And the distinctive sawback. The ergonomic G10 handle scales promise a comfortable grip and a secure hold in any situation. And in this new version is equipped with sturdy screws for the full tongue blade, supplies with a custom fit Kydex sheath and belt clip. That's what they've said. This is the original. So survival knife, as we're talking about the slicing, cutting, and these things. By the way, I just check that when they talk about this hollow grind. So I just want to be sure. But no, this is like saber grind. That's definitely, or flat grind. So this saber grind like this, or with the fullers here. So I guess they meant that. So that's what they've said, and if I'm happy for that at the moment, for the price, absolutely, guys, absolutely. I'll be happy if this knife will be made of CPM 3B, of course. If this knife will be made of CPM 3B, or even today something, maybe Magna Cut, maybe Crewware, which is also nice resistant. D2, as I said, if that will be on expensive knife, I definitely don't want D2 on this knife, because why I use this knife even for prying and these things, so there is big leverage or higher amount of leverage, and this 5160 spring steel holds up nicely, excellent. I will be worried if that will be D2 steel there, it could break. So on such size, it should be all right. So definitely I'm gonna see you with outdoor test on this knife, because this is outdoor knife for me, survival outdoor knife. Thank you very much. Have a great time. Bye.